Are we on yet?
Yes, Dave.
Well, let me know when we're on, okay?
Dave.
Otherwise, we can
Hey,
just...
Dave, we're live.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, Dave, and this is the...
I was just playing. I knew we were live all the time.
This is the Intuitive Angel / Facebook Live
Hi, everybody.
old-time
I'm Dave.
radio show.
I'm
And
Dave.
welcome.
This is Amy. How are you?
Did you notice I put a picture of Dave up on the website? Isn't that cool? So now he shows up whenever we post everything. I know, I was so excited. I found a cool picture.
Well, thank you very much.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, folks.
Hi there for coming. Hi, Janet. We are very excited today, and I'm going to really try hard to get everybody. I don't know about those who post late, but I do know about everybody who's posted already, and we may just be able to whiz through everything. We'll see what happens, because the reason is it's kind of selfish. It's because all the spirits that you called forth, all the people who you wanted messages from, they're all here. They've been flying around my house all day. It's been making the dog nuts. So I'm very excited to be working with you in this way, and to be doing mediumistic readings. Now I want to explain something. The messages cards that I use are triggers. All cards are actually triggers. You're all psychic, and when you read cards, no matter if you've read the book and you understand every single thing that's about the book, that doesn't make any difference. It still works as a trigger. I've been using the Gypsy Witch cards for such a very long time, and oh, here they are, my Gypsy Witch cards, and I use them to get clarification on things. I've used them for so long that when they fall, they trigger things in my mind, so that I have a very strong reaction to them, okay? So that's what using cards is all about. In some cases, I may be able to say something about your loved one on the other side that's a little more personal, but they've arranged it. I reach in and I pick a card to talk to you about, and that card is the absolutely perfect card for you. I really trust all of the angels and all of the people out there. Another thing when you're doing mediumship is this. This is amber, and this comes from the amber mines actually in Lithuania. And a large piece of amber, probably your mother had amber jewelry and you pitched it out because it was old-fashioned. But amber has a piezoelectric effect. That means that if you rub it, it has an electrical effect, and it actually makes it easier to talk to spirits. So when I'm doing readings where I'm including spirits, I always try to wear a piece of amber.
It also traps ancient mosquitoes.
Sometimes, but not always.
That have the dinosaur DNA in their blood.
And then we can make a movie, right?
And then we can make it a very dangerous theme park. Other than that, love amber.
Okay, so we have a few announcements to make.
Sunday.
Sunday. US 30 drag strip. That's a long time ago. As we go. It's a commercial.
That's an in-joke. Okay.
Yeah, it's an in-joke. Sorry, everybody, everywhere. Anyway, Sunday, here, we're going to be doing something called Healing Sunday. And I've had different centers over the years, and Healing Sunday was always one of the very most popular things I did, where I went and used the spirits and the angels through me, or requested them through me, to do a healing on people. It's actually looks to me like streams of binary code, and so your DNA is it actually responds to the binary code. So when an angel or a spirit goes to do healing, the angels or spirits do streams of binary code coming through the healer or the medium, and then actually affects your DNA. So it's a funny thing, because you might say, oh, my toe hurts, but it might be your liver. That's the reason it hurts. So we don't really worry too much about where it's going. We're not doctors, we're healers. One of the reasons I stopped doing it was because of the tremendous amount of people that would come. So many that I didn't have the ability to provide facilities, going to the bathroom, things like that, parking. And also I knew I needed to learn more. So I traveled the world for about 10 years, learning about healing. And now the spirits have told me you got to start again. So I'm not only going to start again, but I'm going to teach a number of people. So anybody who comes to the class is also going to learn, and I'm also going to do the healings on our class, the Intuitive Angel Psychic Development class. I'll be doing that at 11 o'clock in the morning on Sunday before the healing.
So it's a healing Sunday, but it's actually a class also.
Yes.
You'll be doing healings, but you'll be teaching.
One of the things I discovered was that everybody has to be on the same page for the healing not to get chaotic. And I understand that some people are Reiki masters, some people have done all kinds of different modalities of healing. Some people are even doctors, but you have to have a suspended disbelief. You have to let go of everything you know, and you have to trust in the doctor, spirits, and the angels, and the grace of God to work. And why can't somebody be crossing the street and just, boom, get hit by the energy of the angels? Well, there has to be like, what would it be, like a tube or a transmitter, and that transmitter is another human being. It can also be a dog or a cat or something like that, because I've had people write me and say, oh my God, I was petting my cat and suddenly I felt this energy all over me and then I was healed. But it has to be a physical being of some kind, or even a plant of some kind. Okay, so you have to have a person or a thing that has energy. And then they can transmit that energy. And then, what have I seen? Well, I've seen people who are blind see. I've seen people get rid of cancer. Not for me, but in my travels all over the world. Sometimes for me. So the point is that you don't need to be present. So if you're hearing me and you're in another country someplace, don't worry, not to worry. I posted right on this page. And all you have to do is under the post, put your name and your birthday, or your loved one's name and birthday, and we will include them in the healing. It's something that's called non-local, so you can send energy to whoever needs it, and the two things, the name and the birthday, are just plenty for healing. We'll be fine with that.
All right. Well, Amy, where is this going to take place?
2343 Douglas Road in Oswego, Illinois, at my house. And I have to say, since we're expecting kind of a bumper crowd, you are allowed to park on the lawn. You just have to not park near the highway, or don't park on the highway. You'll get a ticket because it's the way the emergency vehicles go. So that's the road in front of my house. You can park on the grass. You can do other things. I don't care. And if you can carpool, then carpool. If you are done with your healing, we're going to announce that we ask that you leave. We'll be doing the class part first. And then we need you to sit and have some water, but then you're free to go. Water is really important to this
Now, will
process.
people be holding current?
Yes, oh boy, he remembers. When you do spiritual healing, people sit and they do something called holding current. They hold the energy, which actually creates a wind that goes through the room, which is called current. This is what I learned with John of God down in Brazil. And that's a physical necessity to be able to do this. It's one of the reasons why churches are a place with great healing, because the prayer and the people's attention, and then the high roofs, the spire, tends to create current. My house, one of the reasons I was so excited to get it is it's a geodesic dome, so it actually causes current to flow. So it's going to be very exciting.
So I guess if people want to stay and hold current, they can do that, or they're free to leave.
Oh, they can stay and hold current, or they're free to leave. It doesn't.
Exactly.
We don't. The people. We're going to ask a few people who have been my students for a while to definitely stay for the whole 2.5 hours, because we don't want to break current.
Okay.
But we're going to have seats over towards the doors, so you'll be guided there after your healing. And if you want to move to one of the current seats, you can, or if you want to leave, you can leave.
All right, so we don't have class, since it's the last of the month, where there's no class on Friday.
No class
this is
on
happening
Friday.
on Sunday?
This is happening Sunday from 1 until 3:30.
1 till 3:30. And give them the address again, please, Amy?
Okay, 2343 Douglas Road. And then there's also an ad right on the Intuitive Angel radio show page where you can sign up. If you're not going to be able to come, you can still receive healing.
And if they have any questions, there's a number behind your head.
630-554-5040.
And the most important question, Amy, how much does all this cost?
It's by donations, so we appreciate your donations. Also, I want to tell you that I'll post again the Be Stronger Than the Storm bracelets. I want to thank everybody who's ordered them. We're up and over 50 orders for them, and so we appreciate that, and we appreciate that on behalf of the hurricane victims. So, because
right.
a portion is going to the hurricane victims. So that's really exciting.
And prayers going out to North Carolina. It got upgraded to a hurricane.
You know, and there.
It's not, nothing like before, but it's still pretty strong.
Well, also, they just announced that Houston, the CDC, Center for Disease Control, has to report certain things like venereal diseases, right? Or influenza type things.
Yeah.
But they do not have to report necrotizing bacteria, which is flesh-eating bacteria. So they, sorry if I went away for a second there. They don't have to report that. But now there's been one, and I know of 2 other cases where people who came in contact was from the floodwaters have gotten the flesh-eating bacteria. It's where sewage and things get mixed in with the floodwater. So please, if you know anyone or if you can communicate with anyone that's in a hurricane area, tell them that if they develop a skin rash, they have to go immediately to the closest hospital or the closest doctor. It is deadly, except if you get to a doctor, say, within 12 hours of symptoms, and then they can give you enough antibiotics to change it. So please do that. And I'm sorry that they're not reporting more about that, but they should be. All right.
Okay. Well, Amy, real quick, in 100 words or less, what kind of readings are we doing tonight?
Okay, these are messages from heaven. They're messages from spirits that are, let's say, elevated. And so let me explain about heaven for a second. The spirits come in 10 different gradations. From the very highest level spirit, the most pure and the most wonderful spirit, which I can think of as Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad, you know, those beautiful avatars that came to help us change the world, right? They're the most elevated. They're very, very beautiful and pure spirits, all the way down to that your drunken Uncle Tom, who's on the other side, but who still exhibits bad behavior, okay? So there's 10 different levels, and our goal is to reach that very high level, the number 1 spiritual level. The level 10, the lower level, is a level that can be cumbersome and boisterous, and where spirits are still learning. All right, so as they go up, they get higher and higher and higher, and so we want to contact those spirits of yours that are of the very highest vibration. All spirits want to talk to you because you are alive, and they really yearn for that. They yearn for that connection and to be recognized. And I actually do a ceremony every year where I go down to the river, or a river, and I have little pieces of paper with all my ancestors' names on them who are on the other side, and I say, Aunt Seal, I remember you, and I put the paper in the river, and then I say, Uncle Joe, I remember you, and cousin so-and-so, I remember you, and my neighbor, Bob, I remember you. And so it's, you have, the spirits tell me that just that is enough to change their whole journey in heaven and to lift them up. So please, when you wrote the names of the people, even your dogs, remember them. And I have something to say about that, because I've received some criticism, not this time so much, but over the years, because I believe dogs have souls. So if you believe dogs have souls, send me a heart. Or cats, or your tortoise. Animals have souls. The belief that they didn't came from this idea that man has dominion over animals, and dominion meant to many of the early church members that we could do what we wanted with them. Thank you for all the hearts. You agree with me. I love it. So they'll even have a picture where man is standing on the earth, and then below him is women, of course, and then all the animals and the snakes and toads and, you know, the different things, and he has dominion over the earth. We're allowed that. Really, what the Bible actually said is we're shepherds of the earth. Our job is to be a shepherd. Our job is to look after our mother, the earth, just like our job is to look after our own mothers and our own fathers. So it's totally mistranslated. It was a very male-dominated world, and some of my friends who speak Aramaic said that Jesus never said that. It's not in the Bible at all. It's not the way it would have been. It's that we have a responsibility to look after the earth, not to destroy it or to put our foot on it. So that means that, are we different than our dogs? Are we different than our pets? No. They have souls. They might not express themselves like we do. We have ability to see the future and worry about the past. Animals, not so much. They kind of live every day. But that doesn't mean that they don't have souls. So contacting your animals on the other side, and one thing the spirits have told me is that animals play a very important part. There's a garden that surrounds the gates of heaven, and oftentimes spirits have to go to that garden. And they sit there and they wait to calm themselves. And you know how they calm themselves? By having a cat in their lap or a dog at their foot or watching a bunny go across the lawn. Many, many children who go suddenly to the other side. They're in the garden. The souls can watch the children play. And when they get calm enough, then they're allowed to go into that first level of heaven. And that's a beautiful thing for them. And then they get to learn and they get to experience things, and life goes on, because it does go on. So I truly believe that, and I hope all of you do. And those of you who might not understand, just take a deep breath. Okay. All right, so we're going to start.
All righty. And again, I have some of these that are, they're not saying if the person's deceased or not.
Oh, no, that was part of it.
Okay, all right. All right.
Dave is ever practical. Okay.
Well, I am. Excuse me. Amy, this says, you both are looking happy and enjoying the journey. I sure could use a reading tonight from Spirit and Ascended Master, Father, Dog, lots going on. Energy is on the move for sure, just as I am. LOL. This is from Mary. Parts unknown. That would be May 30th, 1951.
Okay.
It's her birthday.
And she's the one who spells it Meri, right?
Right.
Okay, good. Okay, so this is definitely a father, and what the father is saying, and he might appear to you as a bear or energy of a bear. In Native American mythology, Grandmother Bear was one of the most powerful spirits, and I've been to ceremonies where we sat around in a fire, and when we finished our meditation, there'd be huge bear paw prints on the floor in the ash of the fire. Really amazing. So bear is very protective, so your father is very protective, but what he's saying is that we're helping to bring a little luck your way, that don't think you don't deserve it. And when that luck comes, Mary, you want to grab onto it, and you want to go ahead and you want to take a chance. There's an old saying that the four-letter word in the English language that most predicts happiness is risk. So take a risk. Okay, Mary, take care.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Next up, Danielle's next.
Okay.
Her birthday is June 28th, 1972. Let's see. Carol's aunt. Carol, her aunt, or Dorothy, her grandmother.
Okay, we'll do both. So we have enough time because we're doing it a little bit different. So Carol, the aunt, she's telling you, listen to your inner voice. We're trying to guide you, but you're too rational, so you have to listen to your intuition. The cat, so in this picture of this card, they show a cat. So this is my totem animal, the jaguar. So the jaguar, if you've ever watched it, actually like creeps up on things. And it can take 6 hours to creep up on something. So what your aunt is saying is that you need to use your intuition and leap, and you're going to be just fine. And so who is the other one?
Dorothy, the grandmother.
Okay, Dorothy. Dorothy is saying, so Dorothy may have been strongly attached to different animals, and especially this looks like my black cat, because she's saying that let the animals of the earth support you, that you don't have to find, unconditional love comes with an animal. They have an ability to love you no matter what, even if you're cranky in the morning or if you yell at them because they're always hungry. Whatever it is, that animal absolutely adores you. So she's saying to please just have patience and go ahead and let the animals help you. If you don't have animals where you live, then go outside because there's lots of them available. Okay.
Thank you, Danielle. Next is Susan, September 9th, 1959. Ruth or Dominic?
Okay. The Ruth talks about connecting to nature. So Ruth might have been a very, might have enjoyed her garden, or when was she born?
Susan was born September 9th, 1959.
Okay, so it's possible, because the Ruth is talking about a victory garden, which would have meant that she was around during the Second World War, and that she and a bunch of her friends did this garden. Okay, Ute says we're frozen, so I don't know what that means. Looks good to me. Are we doing okay, Dave?
From what I can see, we are.
Okay, so Ute, it's just you. And it was frozen there for a little bit because by mistake we got a phone call. So in any case, but then Dominic, I got the feeling that he may have been a soldier. It's so weird because I saw actually a gun with a bayonet on it. So that might have been early Second World War. He tells you to move. He says you're ready for a change of scenery, and you might want to explore. You don't necessarily have to change your house. That might not be the question, but that okay. He's saying that adventure is what keeps you alive. Don't forget that. Okay, take care.
All right. Thank you there, Susan. Okay. Okay, I have Amy. I have a date here, but no name. Who it is?
Okay.
August 29th, 1952. This might, doggone it, this might be...
Just the same one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Just scratch it out.
Okay, sorry about, we'll get Beverly...
It's me who makes the list, so don't yell at Dave.
Okay, well, August 29th, 1952, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Beverly, her mother.
Okay, well then if it's not a duplicate, then we'll just go ahead for Beverly, the mother.
Okay.
Because this is really important. So whatever your name is, I'm so sorry, but your mother is incredibly proud of your accomplishments. She says that she brags all the time, and she sees you as this, you know how we see orbs, spirits see us as orbs on the other side, only when they see us as orbs, we strobe. So she's seeing you like a peacock strobing, and she wants you to know how really proud of you she is. Okay, take care. Okay.
All right. Next up, we have Robin.
Okay, Robin.
January 3rd, 1962, at Capricorn.
Okay.
And asking about Patty.
Okay. So, Robin. Okay. Two things. Number one, I say fingers playing the piano, which has nothing to do with the cards whatsoever. So sometimes when someone comes through, either Patty enjoyed piano music, was a pianist, something to do with you playing the piano, but the prime message was give yourself time and be kind to yourself. That you can't let other people tell you how to heal. She says it's important because she made that mistake. So she said to heal yourself in your own way and all will be well. And so it's a picture of time. Okay, dear, take care.
Okay. Next up, this is for Mary, who lost her son, Scott. Mary's birthday was July 17th, 1957.
Okay. The card that I pulled is about creativity. And the Scott that I'm seeing was very, I guess you could say, imaginative. He had his imagination might not have allowed himself to be fully creative as he could be. Sometimes creative people, they feel things more than other people, so I have a feeling, because he shows himself with arrows in his heart, which is really weird. But I think he may have felt that he was you may have felt he was too good for this world, okay? So the truth of the matter is that building and growing and manifesting are what he was all about. If he had not passed, he would have been able to do that, and he wants you to do that for him. So remember, look for creative ways to build and grow and manifest, and the card has a hummingbird creating a nest. So take care.
Okay, and there you go. All right. Next up, we have Joanne. February 15th, 1953, for her mother and father, Marie and Archie.
Okay, so we're going to do Marie here. Sometimes it's good to write down the names and then Archie. So Marie says someone needs your help, so it's probably someone in your family. I actually, before I turned the card, I saw her being nervous about one of your family members and thinking that perhaps it would be that you could help them. Now, you want to be careful of that because Marie says that she will guide you. So you have to use your intuition. She will guide you. So help doesn't necessarily always mean giving someone money or giving someone shelter or rescuing them. Spirit will help you. So you have to do a meditation or do something that is going to center you so you'll be able to hear. Archie, however, says that you got to cleanse. You got to get yourself cleansed inside and out. And then you're going to get some help. So he says that you first have to do some things, and then he's going to be able to help you. So it probably was his personality. So he says that when you clear, then everything will become clear, and then you can do what your mother's asking for. Okay, take care.
And don't forget the prunes.
Don't forget that.
When you're regular, you're happy. Inside and out. Okay. Thank you, Joanne. All right, next up is Sabrina.
Okay.
By the way, I meant that in fun, by the way, please. Okay, Sabrina, December 8th, 1980, for her grandmother, Elsie.
Okay, Sabrina. So we never think of grandparents as free spirits. I don't mean like free spirits on the other side, but does one ever think of your grandma as having an affair or having a good time?
Ooh.
No, I know, it's like gross, right? Although my very own grandmother, at age 72, decides to buy a tavern. And we were all like, what the hell are you doing? You're 72. And she looked at us and said, well, nobody comes to visit me, and if I own a tavern, people will come by. I come from hardy stock.
So
and you know what? People did come by, and she got herself a boyfriend.
when are we buying the bar?
Soon. Maybe we'll call it the Spirit Cafe. How about that? Anyway, in this case, your grandma says, put on your dancing shoes and move, walk along the beach, go out dancing with your friends. Apparently, she worked very hard, and her heart was the heart of the dancer. She was the person who loved to get out there, loved to have a good time. As a matter of fact, she might have seen a movie at one time about flamenco dancing, because when she comes, she has a rose in her mouth, which is, you know, like the flamenco dancer. So she is, maybe she was a little dour in life, but she is not as a spirit at all. So if you feel sometimes like you want to get out there and not be naughty, but a little crazy, it's grandma. Just tell your mom it's grandma. Okay, bye.
All right, thank you, Sabrina. Marcia's next. Let's see, April 9th, 1958. Her dad, Rich, or Grandma, Millie?
Okay, so Rich. Let's see what Millie has to say.
It's a great name for a grandma.
Millie?
Grandma Millie.
I like it too. So Rich says, don't worry about anything. We'll light the path. There's all kinds of new possibilities in your future. You just have to stay aware. Listen to how I'm pointing. So his personality was probably less of a worrier than Grandma, because Grandma says, problems that have held you back. I know that they're there. I know you have problems, but I'm working on it. I'm clearing them away. And all of the spirits in heaven are monitoring it. So your father has all the lights, the candles, beautiful. And then your mother says, we're working on it. So two different kinds of ways of looking at the same issue. And that issue is you have to trust. You have to trust that you're not alone, number one. And number two, that listen to your intuition. Listen to the voices of spirit, because they'll point you in the right way. And for some reason, your mom says, Millie, says that something about answering the door. I'm not exactly sure because who answers the door? And like in the middle of the night, or somebody comes by, you don't want to answer the door. But she insists that you should answer the door. Just telling you. Okay, take care.
All right, just got a message there from Marcia. I don't know if Elsie and Millie are the same one. I'm not sure, but she said Elsie was goofy and loved to laugh.
Oh, how cool is that?
So there you go. Okay.
That's really good.
Hello, Amy and Dave. Jacqueline from Joliet here. July 17th, 1966. Stella, the grandmother. Thank you very much. You two are very fun and love watching your live reads. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Jacqueline.
Oh, and I have an announcement. We'll announce it again and then again. Next week, we're having a good friend of mine, Lindy, and she is a native Spanish speaker and also speaks very good English, and she's also a psychic. And she's going to come by and we're going to translate. So we're going to ask people if they wish to have their reading done in Spanish, please put Spanish, please. And I'll do the reading and then she'll translate. So it's going to be a very different kind of show. And we're going to put the Spanish-speaking people first because she's going to have to leave after an hour. So I'm very excited because I know so many of you have been so very waiting. And even if you speak English, you can request it in Spanish because Lindy tells me that many people speak English, but they don't actually understand it. So that if you need to hear it in Spanish, just let us know and we'll take care of you. Okay.
Outstanding. Okay. So again, it's Jacqueline, July 17th, 1966. Stella, her grandmother.
Okay. This is Jacqueline. Stella feels that you're a medium. That means that you are someone who can do both sides. You can feel the spiritual energy of the spirits in need as well as humans in need. So she wants you to try something, and that's let us hug you. Close your eyes, and then we will hold you close. So when you feel that hug, you'll relax and not be worried anymore. She wants you to relax into the beautiful things that you can do so that you're no longer afraid, because it's a beautiful gift that you have. And so it's a beautiful picture too. It's the beautiful little baby, and just holding that beautiful baby so the baby feels comfortable, so she really cares about you. Okay, take care.
Yeah, there you go, Jacqueline. Okay, Debbie's next, September 7th, 1955, for her sister Cheryl.
Okay, Cheryl. Okay, so Cheryl has come and she has a camera, and she's taking shots with her camera. I don't know if she did this in her physical life, but it seems like she enjoys capturing little vignettes and things. I think this is because she wants you to believe in your abilities because she believes in you. And so at the nighttime, she shows you these snaps of the different things that you've done during the day or during the week. So the card is, we believe in you. Isn't that beautiful? So she's not just, just because she's not in the physical world doesn't mean she's not very much your sister and very much taking care of you. Okay, take care.
Okay, there you go, Debbie and Cheryl. Okay, Kimber's next. She's a Taurist.
Taurist? Is that like a communist or something?
Something. I believe in the Taurus way. No, she's a Taurus.
Hi, Carrie.
This is for her mother, Cecilia.
Okay, your mom, she was strong, and Mom says, stand up for what you know is right. She's there supporting you. It's okay. Don't waffle. Be strong. And even if your opinion isn't the most popular opinion on the block, stand up for it because the spirits are with you. She's with you, and she's also just added, she'll never leave you. That's beautiful. Okay, take care.
And there we go. I myself, Amy, I'm an Ariesist.
An Aries? Okay, good.
and hell with any non-Aries. Okay, anyway, I'm just teasing. Okay, next
It
up.
was running out of material, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm running out of funny. Sorry. Okay, Matt's next. He's a Pisces from Oswego, and this is for his grandpa, Bo.
Okay, Bo. So Matt, Grandpa says, don't worry that he is able to motivate people to come into your life and help you. You have to accept the help. So the tree is a tree of knowledge, and don't worry, we're always going to be there to help you. So Grandpa Bo, I think it's his mission in life to make sure you're okay. So let him do it. Just pay attention to the intuitions that you got. And it's usually good to, if you know a spirit is helping you, say, hey, Grandpa Bo, give me a sign. And you should feel a caress on the shoulder. Sometimes it depends on how sensitive you are. Your ankles and your shoulder and the back of your neck are some of the more sensitive places that spirits will let you know that you're there. So ask first, hey, Grandpa Bo, is it you? And then listen to what he has to say. Okay, take care.
All right, thank you, Matt. All right, now I'm going to read this one the way it came.
Okay.
Katya.
Katya.
Okay, I said I was going to read it, not do it correctly. Okay, September 13th, 1964 from Brazil. This is what I'm going to read as it comes out. Georgina Tosta Oliveira. And it says Avô.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a grandparent or a parent or something.
We're just going to do Georgina, so we're not going to worry about it. And my brain can't explain it right now. I actually hit the button when I was copying it, and I saw the English translation, so we're okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So for I guess Georgina on the other side might be a grandma. And she's saying that, this is funny, it's seek professional help and all will be well. We tend to think that professional help means mental professional help, but interestingly, she said no, because I was talking to her earlier, and she said no, that it was somebody to help you organize records of some kind, like an accountant. And I was like, really? Like, didn't you mean like a doctor or something? No, it's an accountant. And then I thought back on what a wonderful blessing my accountant has been, because I'm just really not good at it. So I have a wonderful accountant, Bob, and then a wonderful secretary, Vicky, who gives everything to the accountant, and then the worry is off my head. So that's what she's trying to tell you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go. Okay, Jocelyn's next. Let's see, that would be May 10th, 1998 in Oswego. Grandpa and niece is who she's asking to talk to.
Okay, so we're going to do the niece first. The niece says that she comes to you all the time, but she comes as a bird. So, I don't know, is this a robin day, do you think? Or a finch, maybe?
It's a bird. I'm not sure.
If you see a red bird, that's your niece. And many times spirits, especially young spirits, they get kind of a kick out of sort of riding on a bird or showing you things. Or it's a playful type of a thing. So anytime you see any kind of a red bird, and I would bet you anything that you have cardinals all around your house, because she would send them. So she's saying, think of me, remember me. I have these beautiful, I'm sending you all these beautiful birds. So that's your niece. And then your grandpa, right? Your grandpa says, don't rush into making big decisions. Take your time. Oh, that's a grandpa for you. He would prefer, if you didn't let people push you around, he wants you to know that if they do try, he'll push them right back. So he's very much your defender. And he really cares for you. Okay, take care.
All right. Thank you there very much there, Jocelyn.
I have to ask the spirit what squirrels mean, because my backyard is being maybe one of the trees is making nuts or something. I can't figure it out. Why do we have like 30 squirrels in the backyard?
Well, because the birds of prey are over somewhere else.
Okay,
Honest
that's
to God,
right.
that's what it is.
Okay.
Anyway, don't forget, everybody, Healing Sunday, 1 to 3:30 at 2343 Douglas Road in Oswego, the home of the Intuitive Angel.
Okay.
It's a wonderful class. It's going to be great. By donation only. Come on by.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Patty, she's a Virgo from Ontario, Canada. This is for Bob. She says, hey, your last cards were great, eh?
A Canadian with a sense of humor. How nice.
They're so polite.
Oh.
I love the Canadians.
So Bob is saying that there's going to be changes, and it's a hand with a new little child's hand inside of it in your life, and that new life energy, when it comes through, will hold your hand to support you as you support the new life. It's very, his spirit is very intimate, meaning that sometimes spirits on the other side, they're more general, they give you more general advice like a friend. But this is different. This is, don't be afraid. We'll hold your hand. Accept the opportunity that comes. Okay, take care.
Okay, next up we have Jim, who's doing this for a dear friend. His birthday, I'm sorry, is...
no, isn't that Mary?
Pardon?
It might have not come out right.
It says Jim.
Okay, it's her dear... Jim is asking for a dear friend?
Says Jim, last name, his birthday, then says dear friend.
What's his last name?
Vargas.
Okay. Jim Vargas is the spirit on the other side. And somehow, when I clicked Mary's name, this is our friend Mary B.
Okay.
Who's requesting for Jim. The reason I actually recognized it is because Jim was a client of mine and is a frequent visitor. So Jim says to Mary that love comes in unexpected ways. He also said that he's so sorry that he never was able to love you the way he wanted to. Just all kinds of things interfered, but he wants you to experience love. And it's interesting that he shows a cat's paw, but I do believe that the love that you're looking for is going to come through an animal that you have. So you might meet somebody because your cat gets out, or a vet or something like that. So he's letting you know that your wish for love is going to come true. Okay, take care, Mary.
Okay. And the next one, Amy, this is a translation. It's all Amy's fault.
It's all my fault. Okay.
Lo comparto feliz domingo.
Oh, that's
Happy Sunday.
Just saying Happy Sunday. And so I just wanted to say Happy Wednesday.
All right.
All right.
Dave's next. March 19th, 1944. SKT Cardinals.
That's a lady. She's the mother-in-law of many of my clients.
Okay.
So she has, who is she asking about?
No, Dave Tasker.
Oh, she's asking for Dave.
It's just, honey, it just says Dave, the birthday, and SKT Cardinals.
Okay, so she's asking about Dave.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
Sorry.
I was rushing along. So Dave says, oh, this is very interesting. Go out and plant new seeds. Sow for your future. We live in a world right now where we have no precedent for being old. My father retired when he was 55. He had a county job and he retired. Different ones of my relatives, they retired somewhere between 55, which was a union thing back in those days, between 55 and 65, and then they all died, But right now, number one, we're not retiring, we're still working, right? And so he's telling you that life is not at an end, that you have a brilliant future, and don't be afraid to sow seeds and fertilize that future, because it's not over, and you might as well look forward to everything that's going to be there for you. Okay, take care.
All righty.
Wow.
Jennifer's next. She's calling, her birthday, by the way, is March 8th, 1978.
Okay.
For her mom who passed by the name of Judy.
Trudy?
Judy.
Judy, okay. Moms are telling everybody to take care of themselves. So Judy says, pamper yourself or let others take care of you. For some reason, I see a wheelchair, so I don't know if Judy took care of her mom or you took care of her or what exactly it was. But the whole thing is to allow yourself to be taken care of, that you don't have to be constantly running on overdrive, that it's time to stop and to allow others to take care of you. Sometimes when you have the personality that you're very vigorous all the time, it's very, very, very hard because you think of yourself as a loser and not any good if somebody else helps you. I know, because I just was recently through that, and if it wasn't for the help of my loving friends, if it wasn't for the help of Dave and everybody else who helped me, I wouldn't have made it. But there was a few times as I sat there and I just thought, I don't want to ask for food, I don't want to ask for help in any way, I'm just a burden, you know, that kind of stuff that you think. And then I got over myself because I could see that I was going to heal. So it's the same thing with you. So that's what Judy is telling you. Take time to take care of yourself and pamper. Pamper is a very potent word, and let others take care of you. Okay, take care.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Next up. Look at this. Ashley,
Okay.
March 3rd, 2000, wants to know about Judy, her Nana.
Nana. So Judy, Nana. I'm a Nana. What are all you? Are you grandma or Nana or abuelita? So Nana's saying, Judy, you're a star. Step into the spotlight where you belong. Don't hide out. Have courage. You have to go ahead and move forward. She must have been your greatest fan, you know, and so she's really giving you that old push into the limelight. And it might not be something that you enjoy, but you have to realize, to tell you the truth, I'm actually shy. I know that sounds really weird, but I got used to it, and it's the way I serve. And I just honestly just don't worry about it anymore. So, Judy, that's what Nana's telling you. You won't have to worry about it. Just get out there and start. Okay, take care.
Okay, this next one's Jean. She's a Leo, and it's for her brother, Kirk.
And what's her name?
Jean.
Okay, Jean. Your brother seems to think that you're waffling under pressure of environmental pressure. In other words, the pressure around you is causing you to feel bad. So he says take control of the situation, and it's a captain's wheel. But he says so much more than that. He says you can do this. You can, whatever it is. If it's changing your life in some way, changing a job, moving, getting a new job. Maybe you haven't had one for a while. He's just really telling you, you can do this. Don't waffle. Just go for it. So he's a good cheerleader for you. Okay, take care.
All righty.
Oh, and one other thing. If somebody was discordant in life, I have an uncle, and he was obviously bipolar. You know, he ran away and joined the Navy during the Second World War, and he lied about his age, so he's only 14. He was a huge guy, and was on that ship that was, he was by Korea, so it was in Korea, the ship that was bombarded for so very long, and they said that he had shell shock. But anyway, he was just difficult. And it was funny because a few years ago he came through as a spirit and he said, I'm so sorry that I caused the family so much difficulty, but I want you to know that was my job. And I was like, what? We didn't need that difficulty. But to tell you the truth, the difficulty with him pulled us all together, made us look at the world in a different way, made me understand mental illness in a way that I would have never, ever been able to do, made me much more sympathetic to both the mentally ill and those who live with mentally ill people. And so I just want you to know that if the Spirit is coming through kind and wonderful, and maybe they were drunk or, something, sometimes they're not really what they seem to be. They're there to help your journey along. So I just want everybody to know that. Okay.
All righty. Next up, we have, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and do Grace. She's Capricorn from Montgomery. She wants to know about her granddaughter, Bella Rose. November 3rd, 2015. And her dad, Israel. Which would be May 8th, 1951.
Okay, so the baby who was sent, I'm pretty sure she's the same one who was sending the birds. She's telling you, as the grandma, that you have to make way for the happy ending, that now it's within your grasp. That sorrow can open the door to truly appreciate the gifts that are right now. And God, this is such a beautiful thing, she's saying. And she's also telling you that, unlike I said in the earlier reading about the birds, when she sends you a bird, it means she loves you. So if you see birds, or you're looking out the window, or you're holding a new baby in your arms and you see birds, it's her telling you she's still there and she loves you very much. Okay. Ooh. And then we're going to look at Israel. Okay. So Israel says, oh, this is interesting. He says, explore new ventures, that you may want to move up in the world or start a business. He says, go with confidence because we're with you. And then there's a whole list about cruising, taking a cruise and going to see the Atlantic and traveling, and they all have to do, interestingly, with water, fishing and water and things. So I guess he must have been someone who was willing to take a risk, or wanted to very much, and so he sees that in you, and he wants you to take that time to go out and do what you need to do. Okay, take care, Grace.
All right, there you go, Grace. Okay, next up we have Annie. Let's see.
And this is Annie who? Is there an initial?
There's an L.
Okay.
All right, that'd be October 24th, 1965. A Scorpio from Flora, Illinois. It's for her father, your dad.
And your dad says, have you laughed today? And we're laughing right here. You're watching this show, so you're laughing.
Because Dave said Illinois.
Yeah, because Dave is from Oklahoma. You have to let him go.
All right.
Besides, it's all going to oh, never mind. That was prophecy. I was just going to talk about the big earthquake that's going to hit Oklahoma. You heard it here. Not the little ones.
Okay.
Have you laughed today? Find your joy, lift your soul. So we do have to laugh every day. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in everything that I do, and I'm a kind of person that I get very busy with a lot of different... So I'll tell a story. My son criticized me the other day. Ooh.
No way.
No, yeah, he did. I can't believe it. He didn't just look at me adoringly. He said, Mom, you start way too many things and you drop them halfway because they're not working out for you. So you don't put your nose to the grindstone and follow through. And I was like, I do so. And then it occurred to me all the different projects I have in the garage that are either not finished, half finished, or that I got together, but then they never really worked out. So the thing is that instead of going, you're what's happening is the Spirit wants you to laugh because sometimes you just got to laugh at yourself, and that is my nature, to do many different things, get many different wild and crazy ideas. I have so many spirits around me all the time whispering things in my ear. And to tell you the truth, some of the things are things they would have liked to have done, and then I just decide I'm going to do it. So for a long time, I was the target of every multi-level marketing person in the world because I would go like, oh, it just sounds so great. Not so much anymore. Now it's all about focus. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here with you if I wasn't focused. So focusing is laughing, and that's what the spirits want you to know. That laughing helps you to focus and helps you to get over anything, lifts your soul, brings joy into your life, and that's all that counts. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go. Anita's next, September 11th, 1953. Her two dogs, Clancy and Casey.
Oh, nice. Okay. So this is really nice because Clancy, who probably really loved flowers, if not to look at them, to eat them, says, trust, love, and appreciate yourself. You're worth it. And I think that's just so beautiful. Clancy clearly adored you. And who was the other dog?
Casey.
Casey says, spread your wings and fly. We're proud of you. I really like that with the big, beautiful butterfly on the card. So the two dogs, even though it might have broken your heart for them to be on the other side, they haven't left. Dave and I were just talking about our wonderful little dog, Bobby, and the fact that even though it's been a good 5 months now, we still hear him, feel him. By mistake, we call our other dog Bobby all the time. Sometimes when I'm asleep, I can feel him snuggle up next to me. They're there supporting you and taking care of you. Just know that in your heart. Okay, take care.
I miss that little guy.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, Betty.
All right, Angela, you're next.
You're not too late, Betty. Okay.
Angela's next from Oswego.
Okay.
September 28th, 1972. It's for her grandmother, Shirley.
Okay, Shirley. Shirley says she's empowering you. All you have to do is say what you really want. Now, isn't that just loaded? Because what do you really want? She said that they're waiting to help. It's like you have to be able to ask FEMA what you need for what you need. Well, you can even say everything. Okay, but it would be helpful if they knew what direction you wanted to go in. But she's there. Her hand is out to you. She's there wanting to help you, wanting to lift you up, wanting to get you started on the right path. And it even shows some beautiful water and leaves and leading you into the light. So she's there for you. Okay, take care.
All right, thank you very much, Angela. All right, Jean's next, March 5th, 1973. It's for her mother, Golda.
Okay, Jean. Golda feels not remorse, but more, if you responded to her in a way that is now holding you back, she wants you to know that she's working to remove that blockage. She seems to be opening to new ways of looking at things. That's what heaven does sometimes. So she says, go for it. Don't listen to what I implanted in you. Just go for it. That's what you were meant to be happy. And so she's one of your biggest fans and is going to really help you. It might have been contrary to how she actually was. Okay, take care.
All right, moving right along. Kathy would love to hear from my dad, she says. Jules. His birthday was January 1st, 1929.
Oh, cool. Yeah, my own mom was 1917, but she always lied about it. Okay, so he feels that you feel alone, and that maybe towards the end of his life, he too was alone. So I think one of the things to remember is that the spirits and the angels are always there for you. They're not, human interaction is the goal, but they're always there to hold your hand and move you into a friendship or some kind of a love relationship, and that they're there for you, but you can move on. That's what they actually want. It's a little difficult to understand that, because sometimes when you feel they're so there, you don't have the willingness to move forward. So they want to know that even if you feel alone, you have to move forward. Okay, take care.
Okay, there you go. Thank you very much there, Kathy. Next up is Melissa, March 11th, 1974. She's from Plainfield, Illinois, and it's for her brother, Mark.
Okay, Melissa. All right, so Mark wants you to clean your house. He says, hold me in your heart, not in your home. It's okay to declutter. What happens actually with spirits, and one of the things I've learned being a spiritist, is that if you have too many things that tie you to the spirit, you can hamper their forward journey. And remember, we want them to get ever higher in heaven. And so when just recently I moved, and although I have to say I didn't look at the things I've discovered every day or even every year, I still had all my grandmother's china, and I had different things from different members of the family. And right now I just don't have any room. I can't be out of sight, out of mind, because there is no out of sight place to be. So I had to start decluttering, and when I did, I didn't realize it, but I started getting these messages of love. Thank you for freeing me. Thank you for letting me go. Thank you for freeing me to go do the things I need to do. So oftentimes spirit is attached to things. So if you have a bunch of Mark's stuff, or if Mark's stuff's in storage, you have to let it go, get rid of it, and then you are going to be okay, because he says it's okay to declutter and let go. He will always be with you. All right, take care.
Okay. And and I need to very quickly just mention to people that we really can't take any newcomers. We are full up of readings, so sorry, but this is a very popular thing. We have people on the comments that are asking for readings, and maybe we can do something for them next week. But we are full up this week, so sorry, folks.
Okay, I'll do you
a favor. It helps if you get in early.
We will next week. We're going to be doing a wonderful angel oracle, which is talking about the angels and the archangels that are helping you and answering your special questions for the angels. But the following week we can go back and continue to do these. So I will post the angel one up, and you can post underneath it, but we'll do another segment of this, and we'll also do this one in Spanish too. So that'll be really good.
Yeah, just for the people that are on the comments line that we can't get to.
Yeah, we're so sorry.
Okay, Annie's next.
Okay.
February 5th, 1963, from Hull, Massachusetts. For Julie, for Salvador, for Irving. She asked, who speaks to you the most? Merci.
Okay. Julie, Salvador, and Irving. Okay, the thing is that they're all listening, and the card says, talk to us, we're listening, which I think is so funny. It's like when you see movies, and then they bring back all the people who are on the other side, and they're all holding hands, and they're supporting someone. Well, whether or not they knew each other in life, they definitely know each other in death, because they're all sitting there trying to be wise and helping to support you. The big thing you have to do is, when you have several different spirits, it can be very difficult, because it can cause not emotional upset so much, but confusion. Because you'll have a yearning to be with them, you'll miss their touch, you'll want to hear their advice, and it sets you up to be discombobulated, all right? So they don't mean that at all to happen. So one of the things you can do is to frame a question for them. And it might be, what should I do tomorrow? How should I start the day? Something simple. And then ask for one of them, and I would pick Salvador actually, to be the spokesperson. So everybody else can have input, but then, oh, thank you, Phyllis. She just said she loves her bracelet. We'll show the bracelets in a second. So talk to Salvador, ask Salvador to ask everybody else, and then give you an answer. And again, start simple. I have a feeling that it'll get more complicated because, again, it's unusual to have so many spirits. You definitely have some mediumistic energy. And one thing about mediums is that we tend to not sleep so good. We'll be up at 3:30 in the morning. I've been up at 3:30 in the morning like for the last 3 months. It's very annoying because sometimes my brain will get going so much so that I can't go back to sleep. So yesterday was a great day. I went to bed around midnight and I didn't wake up until like 8:30. Woohoo! It was good. So you have to ask the spirit. You have to say, okay, you can talk to me Tuesday at 3:30 in the morning, but no other day. And they'll listen to you because they really want to help you. Okay, Annie, take care.
All right. Thank you, Annie. Glaucia is next. September 7th, 1977. For Delia. It's her mom.
Okay. Your mom says, never forget that you are loved because love never dies. So your mom wants to know that she wants you to know she's alive, not just in your heart and in your mind, but actually standing right next to you with her hand on your shoulder, and that she'll never let you go. Her love is very powerful. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. Okay, take care.
All right.
Whew.
Jaylene's next, April 16th, 1997, from Oswego, wants to know about her daughter and grandpa.
Okay, Jaylene.
Okay.
Okay. Your little one is saying that it's such a beautiful child thing to say. She says, we have fun on the other side. It's not like you think. It's fun. We do things. She says, I play with dogs and cats and there's other children, and I think about you all the time, and I really love getting your attention in different ways. So that's so nice. And she says that you have to enjoy yourself. She wants you to know how important that is. And then, who is the other one?
Grandpa.
Okay, Grandpa. Grandpa has a message for you. He says you have to learn to take care of yourself. And he just says you have to get that degree. It's important. Grandpa, in your case, is a little strict. He says that we care about you, but that we need you to step up to the plate and take care of yourself, and that you are caring for way too many people right now. You have to stop and you have to think about yourself. Okay, take care.
All right. Yeah, that was evidently, I didn't see that because Grace was wondering, Grace and Jaylene. And so we basically used the, congratulations on your 2 readings there.
Same sweet soul, slightly different messages.
Yep. Karen Marie's next. She's an Aries from Yorkville. She said, I'd love to hear from my dad, Fred, and my dog who just passed, Rambo. Thank you very much.
Okay, so Fred says your tendency to want to be safe isn't in your best interest. That your intuition is so strong that we will support you as you practice using your intuition. So it's kind of interesting about intuition because you can play a game, you can, I don't want you to burn the cookies, but when I was first starting, I used to put things in the oven and then just ask for a bell to go off inside me that would say that the things are ready. And I got really good at that. I also got really good at knowing who was on the telephone, but now you can just see it. One of the good things you can do so you don't burn anything is you set your timer for like 2 minutes past what it should be, and then tell yourself you're going to go and get it in however many minutes it is without looking at a clock or anything. Just use your intuition. And then if the timer goes off, well, nothing big lost. But he says that he's going to reach out and help you to practice. And then the dog, he says focus on the positives. It was what he did all the time. And he said, every day you can find wonderful positive things to think about. And so his big positive was you. And that's pretty beautiful. I hope that someday my dog Kelly's positive. All right, take care.
All right. All right. Mary says that looks like a cool deck.
It is.
Yes. Of course, that's Mary. It would be August 10th, 1958, from Bela White. And I believe that's her husband, Keith. September 27th, 1954, also from Bela White.
Okay. And did they have anybody special?
Thank you, as always. We would love to hear from our mothers.
Mothers. Okay. So
That's a running joke. It's Beloit, Wisconsin, but I always mispronounce it. So there you go.
Okay, so Mary's mother says, continue to grow by seeking new knowledge and don't stop growing things. So she not only wants you to have knowledge, but to grow things with knowledge, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but maybe understand more about botany or growing things. So she has actually the magic touch. So if you ask her to join you, oh, that's very odd. My angel said that if you start next year and ask your mother to help you, you will grow 5-pound tomatoes. So if that happens, you better let me know. This is it's not totally without precedent. If you look up Findhorn in Scotland, just look it up. It's on the internet. You'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So this help is meant to change things in your life. So I'll explain to you later. All right, next, for Keith's mom, find a way to bring harmony back into your life. She's telling you that you're, okay. She says you're being too skitsy. I don't know what that means exactly, but that you're trying to do too many things at one time, and you have to have a way to have balance and harmony in your life. Your mother was very good at telling you what to do, and she's still really good at telling you what to do. But she's there to help you and to make things harmonious and balanced. Okay, take care. Woo.
All right, there you go.
That was exciting.
Yeah. Rose is next, April 3rd, 1955. She wants to know about Bob Shipp.
Okay, well, she's going to have to wait a second because I've got to reshuffle the cool deck. Oh, so by the way, I have been searching for a long time how do we pay the electric bill? What do we do, right? Since the show is free and since I do my classes for free. Actually, it was my son. So he's good and bad, you know. And he said, Mom, why don't you do some affiliate marketing? So on our website, theintuitiveangel.com, there's a whole page of the products that we use. And you can click on any one of them. It takes you right there. Some of the cards I use are very obscure, and I try to find them only on sale. So if you click and you buy the cards from that, you're supporting us, just so that you know. And we're looking for other products. So if any of you have a product that you use or something very special you'd like to share with the world, we would be glad to see if they have an affiliate program and put it up on our site and even teach you how to do it if you want to do it. And I want to thank all of those. My secretary says we're up to well over 100 people who bought things, mainly because the cards are really kind of difficult to find. And Amazon has actually been very responsive. Some of the cards that haven't been on Amazon are now on Amazon because I've requested it. And I'm also looking for other sites, actual card manufacturers, so we'll even be able to get them to you cheaper. And some of the very, very expensive decks I've actually talked to the authors and gotten the price way down. So these cards, for instance, are on sale. And there's an image of these cards on the Intuitive Angel radio show page, but you can just go to the Intuitive Angel website, Intuitive Angel, you have to put theintuitiveangel.com, and then just click on that page and on the radio show page, and then all the products are there. So we thank you in advance for your support. Okay. Who's next now? I think it was...
did we do Rose yet?
Bob. No, Bob?
Yeah, Rose for Bob.
Okay. My dad was a ballroom dancer. Did you know that? And we used to dance, what's that place down south?
downtown.
No, down south.
Oh, you're talking about the Willowbrook?
Willowbrook Ballroom.
Yeah.
And he and my mom were championship ballroom dancers. And she got really sick, and so I was only about 12, 13, and he took me. And I was so terrible. He told me just to stand on his feet and hang on. And it would be okay. But anyway, that's what Bob is telling you. He's telling you to dance. He's saying that you've got to get out there and you've got to move your body and you've got to dance. And that dancing, he says, is going to cure what ails you. And he actually says it just that way. It's going to cure what ails you. So if it's love that's hurting, it's going to cure you. If it's your body that hurts, the dancing's going to cure you. And I have another interesting, really, really interesting story to share. We were just at a family wedding, and I bumped into my brother-in-law. And my sister's been on the other side now for, like 15 years, right? And I don't really see him very often. And he looked really good. And well, he used to come in, and he'd have a hitch in his giddy-up. You know, like he could hardly walk, and he'd be moving. Clearly, his hip was bad, and he had bad arthritis. And he walked across the room, and he looked kind of normal, you know. And I said, so what's going on with you? Did you have hip replacement surgery? And he said, no. And I said, well, then what do you do? What supplement? I want to take it, you know. And he goes, well, Amy, I just started running. He goes, and I now run 3 miles a day. So my brother-in-law, probably like 66, and he changed his life. So that's what you're being told to do. Move, and it's going to change your life. Okay? Take care.
All right, there you go, Rosa. Okay, Stevie's next. April 30th, 1980. She says, anyone.
Okay, Stevie. So this is a message not from just spirit, but from angelic spirit. Okay, and they say, someone needs your support. Can you please help them? And that they will guide you. So they're literally asking you, Stevie, to be the healer, to be the person who has the courage to reach out and help. And you know, sometimes a kind word, dropping by with a pie, lots and lots of different things can really make all the difference. And so the angels want you to make a difference. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go, Stevie. Next up is Carol Ann, September 13th, 1957. Wants to hear from the spirit of Rebel. I take that's her dog.
Okay.
Well, no, not her dog. Well, Rebel, forgive me for that. Spirit of whoever Rebel is, whose birthday is June 5th, 1946. Sorry about that.
Okay, not the dog.
Well, not a dog, just somebody named Rebel.
Okay, so somebody named Rebel. I don't know I don't know how this person came by the name, but I see a medicine man, which is really interesting. Maybe Native American, somebody who has a mixed heritage, who was actually had something to do with medicine, so he may be pushing you to do the same, to become knowledgeable in unique forms of medicine. And he's saying that he needs you to learn how to cleanse in different ways. He not the kind where people cleanse and hate it, but a different, more gentle way, and then also to cleanse your feelings, and then he'll give you more information on how to become a really good healer. All right, so take care.
All righty, there we go. Cheryl's next for her daddy Carl. Cheryl's birthday is January 5th, 1952.
Okay, I don't know what Carl did for a living, but he's got a hammer in his hand. So even if he wasn't in the trades, he definitely liked to grow and build things. He liked to do things. He might have had some hobbies, building things like, say, birdhouses or something like that. But he wants you to be able to do the same, to fill your life with things that you're building and creating. It's very important to him. So the card is actually the nest, the bird building the nest, but it's not, he's not telling you to go build a new house. He's just telling you to fill your life with productive things. All right, take care.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, the message reads, I don't know if you can do this. It's from Janet, December 3rd, 1965 in Batavia. And I'd like to know what the one who watches over me has to say. I'd like to know his name, if you can do it.
Okay, so I did actually respond to you, Janet, right on the sites. You can look under the replies. But one of the interesting things here is the message. So when you first start getting messages, it's really exciting. Yeah, I myself, I blew up microwaves and bowls exploded, and we saw floating lights, and I'd walk by things in the kitchen and they would spin around. I mean, I was mediumship out of control, okay? And those things do happen. But what this guide who's coming to you, which is actually an angelic presence, coming actually from Archangel Michael, he says to give yourself time, to allow yourself to be quiet, to still yourself, and then to understand what they're saying. And in order to understand what they're saying, you have to use it on yourself first. So you can't lecture like, I know this is what you should do, but then you don't do it yourself. Because in spirituality, that really doesn't work very well. People can do it, but in the long run, it's not going to work. So you have to be the walking, talking, breathing example of what it is you're going to tell others. However, the good news is that they are going to tell you tick-tock, and in not too very long a time. Okay, take care.
All right. How about Phyllis from Orlando, Florida?
Oh, Phyllis.
Her birthday is October 22nd, 1949. She'd like to hear from her friend, B-E-T-H-E. Is that Bethe? Or
Beth.
just Beth with an E?
Yeah, Beth with an E.
Okay.
Okay. This is a little complicated because Beth with an E was actually a incarnation of an angel. So there's a lot of people who say, oh, grandma's in heaven and now she's an angel. Not usually. However, every once in a while an angel incarnates in order to experience what it was like to be human. Because it's not easy for them. It's like I don't understand ants, right? Sometimes I don't understand dogs too well. But the angel comes as a human being in order to understand you, in order to understand life. So Beth is someone who has angelic energy along with human knowledge, which is really beautiful. And so she says, you should be proud of your achievements. That don't worry. You are really, well, she says you're really something. I like that. You're really something. Earlier today, I had actually issued you an invitation to come here and do healings. She's a Reiki master, Phyllis, and I wanted her to come and teach here. And to do healings, because we could sure use it here. So many of us have relatives in horrible places, and we're all nervous and worried, and it would be wonderful for you to come and see clients. So she's saying, do it. I'm actually not kidding. You are good enough to do it. You're strong enough to do it, and that you got to take the show on the road. Okay, take care, Phyllis.
All right.
And I didn't make that up.
Marcy's next. Let's see, June 25th, 1954. She says, my dad and Cynthia.
Okay. The dad says, if you want to sit and talk to him, go sit in a garden and talk to him. Because he's discovered the rhythm of nature. To tell you the truth, the garden has like a garden, even if you don't have a garden near your house, like we have an arboretum not too far from my house, or a public park or something like that. The vibrations of that nature make it much easier for spirits to come to you. So if I really need to talk to somebody, I'll go sit out in the yard. So he's saying he'll come to you and he'll talk to you and he'll give you guidance. There seems to be some issue that you're dealing with that he doesn't want to talk about publicly, but he wants to know you to know that he's there for you. And the other one was, so there was Dad.
Dad and Cynthia.
Okay, so for Cynthia, this is so cute. Cynthia is saying, you're ready for a change of scenery. Go out, go out and experience a change. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean to move. Moving is, as we know, we've just done it, not easy, unless you've already downsized. And even now, if I had to move, it still wouldn't be easy. But to get a move on, get out there and explore the world. And you might want to try a little trick as far as improving your mediumship and talking to spirits, and that is every week set a goal to go to someplace different and just sit. It could be a park and you sit in your car, or it could be a store if you need to shop, but just something different that you haven't been to before, because that's going to open up a lot of doors for you and Cynthia. Okay, take care.
All right, there you go. Dan's next, October 24th, 1956. He's a Scorpio. And he says, I'd love to hear from Lois.
Okay, Dan. Lois came as a cat. She go figure, because Dan's a cat guy. So listen to your inner voice. And then we guide you through your intuition. So she's telling you to trust your gut in things, and that, well, she just said, and that you can actually change. That destiny is funny, because destiny doesn't have to happen in a synchronicity that we think it does. Destiny can be switched like that. So you can change your destiny if you listen to your intuition, and she's there to help you. There you have it.
You have it. Okay, last but not least.
Aha! Look at that, we're right on time.
We have Beth. Wants to hear about her dad, Richard. Her birthday, his birthday is March 9th, 1927.
Well, Richard said, let the animals of the earth support you. I believe his heart was very much involved in nature and animals. He may have been, I see a lot of birds around, so the cat picture might not be appropriate, but he may have been a birder. He may have liked looking for different species of birds. He may have become one of the early people who were advocates of helping to stop our world from destroying animals and getting rid of species. So he doesn't mean it like go get a kitten. He means go change the world for animals. And that he'll be there to help you. And that he just said he left some of his tools for you. So you'll have to let me know what that means. All right, take care.
All righty. Hey, everybody, don't forget Healing Sunday. No class on Friday, but we do have a class on Sunday from 1 to 3:30.
At 11 o'clock for all of those of you who aren't here. And that's at the Intuitive Angel Psychic Development class site. I'll post it again so you won't forget. And then the second class is here at 1:30. No, 1 o'clock to 3:30, sorry, for all of you who are in the neighborhood. And when you see the invite, if you want us to send healing, please just post, say, please send healing, and then post your name and your birthday, and or whoever else you want, because what we'll do is we'll do a special healing at the end to send healing energy to everybody who's asked.
Okay, I'm Dave Enway on behalf of Amy Being.
And I'm Amy Being.
Yes, sir. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye-bye.